January is the month of many cups here on Heather Mater Art. I am going to be testing all of these cool pouring cups, and they've all been sent to me by different companies. They all have different functions, and some of them are really, I just can't wait to show you some of them. Very interested to try. If you have tried any of these cups and would like to give me some pointers, tips, advice on how you'd like to see them tested, then give me a shout in the comments section. I would love to hear anything that you have to offer. This is the Black Beauty that we're going to be focusing on today, and thanks to Arteza, who sent me this paint. This is the pouring acrylic paint. So it's already mixed. You don't have to mix it with anything. And this little set comes in all sorts of different colors, and it's very simple to use. Thank you to Arteza for that. And if you want to find this cup, it's at the Snickering shop on Etsy. That's link is in the description box for this cup, the Snickering shop. I found this cup to be quite large, although with all the compartments, that does take up a little bit of space inside of there. And it's very, very well constructed. It's actually a beautiful cup. It was quite large for my hand. See, I have kind of a small hand though, so maybe it won't be a big deal for you, but it has 5 compartments. And if you would like to support this channel, there is a tip jar in the description box where you can do that. You can link to my PayPal in my description box, where small donations like Barbara gave and Lori, and thank you to those patrons. There was a lot of colors used in this pour. Now, it took forever to load this cup, and that is definitely one thing I wanted to say is layering this cup is not for the faint of heart. I guess it's because of all the compartments and also maybe the size of the cup or whatever, but it just took forever. And the outer 2 compartments, sorry, it looks like a black hole right there. But I couldn't get light to go down inside that cup. But on the 2 outer edges, I put black and gold. And then I used, that's the neon purple from Arteza. That's a pearl color. And that's the DecoArt Extreme Sheen Sapphire. Wow, that was a pretty color. The blue I used right there was one of the Primary Elements pigments. And then the Arteza white I layered on top of that. And that's in that center compartment right there. That's the Arteza pouring color. And then a metallic color by Modern Masters. I think you can get that at Michael's. And one of my viewers sent that to me, so thank you again for supporting my channel. And then I just kept layering. Not really sure what I wanted to do. I wanted to see kind of a natural flow of how the colors would come out of the cup. I'm assuming that I could produce a pretty good ribbon with the different compartments. So that was my thought. That was my plan here, was to create a ribbon pour. So that's what I did. Now this is all sped up, but I'm not kidding when I tell you it took like 18 minutes for me to layer this cup. It was pretty crazy. That's the Arteza Aztec Gold. That's the gold that I decided to use today. And then this is a 16 by 20 black canvas. I'm thinking it's a 16 by 20. Oh no, it's an 18 by 24, I'm sorry. So as I begin the pour, the first thing I notice is that the center color comes out first. And then the 2 colors beside the center. So for some reason, even though they were filled to the same level, the outer two colors did not come out at the same time, which, you know, provided a really interesting look. And I'm not mad at it. It's just, I guess I was shocked that they didn't all come out at the same time, especially since they were all filled to the same level. But I was not shocked at the beautiful ribbon that occurred, because that's what I imagined happening. There's the inside of the cup for you. And here's another angle. See what I mean? That blue was actually in the outside of the cup, that blue and purple. I also thought, what the heck happened to the green in this pour? You guys remember, I did put a whole bunch of that metallic green apple color. And it just seemed to totally disappear. It's not even blended with something, it's just gone. I kind of noticed that with pours. Blue seems to take over any other color that I'll use. So since I did not put a base layer on the canvas, I went through and put black. Now all of my colors today, if I haven't mentioned it before, were mixed with Floetrol and Oatrol. And this is just a basic black paint. I believe I used that cheap acrylics, like literally called CHEEP acrylic. Black lamp black, and I think I mixed that. And then just basically outlined the ribbon. And then I used my hand to flood the canvas afterwards, so to speak. And all the spaces, so at least the whole canvas got some paint on it. And then I noticed as I tilted, which is what I wanted to do originally, it began to destroy some of the more delicate ribbons in the painting. So I ninja swiped. I Sarah Mac ninja swiped, and then I suck at that. So, first of all, that is way harder than you imagine it is, because I got way too close to the canvas and ended up putting paint like off the canvas, and oh my gosh, she made that look really easy. And honestly, it's not like I'm, you know, practiced at that or have even tried but one. But I had to put black paint to cover that up, and then I decided, oh, I'm gonna go back to the Heather Mader balloon rolls and see if I can get some pretty effects. I've been doing these fast balloon rolls that leave a pretty little twisted tail, but what I noticed with this paint is it's a little too thin for that. It doesn't hold its shape, so I go to the more traditional slow style balloon roll. I'm just trying to get some pretty effects there. I added a little bit of white to my balloon. You guys know I do that sometimes to bring in some highlights. And also if the paint starts looking muddy at all. And that's the risk you take when you have a black background. It can just start looking a little muddy, unfortunately. I really liked that balloon roll right there. And that one's pretty too. Part of the reason I'm doing this is to bring more of a softness to the piece and also adjust the composition so there is a flow and brings your eye all the way around the canvas. That's one of my goals. I love that right there. It almost looks like a bird's eye with a beak. Like a falcon or an eagle's beak or something with its eye. I wish I would have seen that, and I didn't. I'm just now seeing that, you guys. I didn't see that when I was painting it. But I really love, that's one thing about the Arteza Premium Paints. Man, they're really easy to apply, and I just decided, oh, I want some more of that neon purple, because it got swallowed up by the blue. So I just popped the cap up and, you know, squeezed some straight out of the bottle, straight onto the canvas. I didn't have to mix any more paints or anything, so I have to say that's probably the best part of using those premix paints. And they're actually, it dried fairly bright, so Arteza is a great value. If you're not able to afford something like a golden fluid or a golden paint, a golden brand paint or Winsor & Newton, I strongly suggest the Arteza. They are really high quality, and I love those pouches too. They're really easy to get the paints out. So this is an interesting one for me. It's slightly out of my comfort zone, if I could be honest. I thought maybe I should tip a little bit just to incorporate some of the balloon rolls into the background so it looks more natural. What I'm basically doing is forcing it to settle when I'm doing the tilting. And then I turn my canvas, because it's always good to turn your canvas and look at it from all different directions. It gives you a new perspective. Walking away gives you a new perspective too. One thing I want to say about the cup that I used is you guys have to rinse it out immediately. I literally took it after I did the ribbon and I put it in water, and you have to do that because of the little nooks and crannies in all the divided parts. It's almost impossible to get clean if you don't. So that would be, I would say, a downside of using these divided cups is the cleaning process. This is the painting in a different light and a close-up so you can see how pretty this turned out. And again, there's just no green. It totally disappeared. I think it's hiding under the blue. I guess you can see little tiny hints of it. Sorry, the camera doesn't like the black very well. It adjusts. See, there's little baby hints of green under there, but for the most part, this painting is strong with the blue color. It's already starting to partially dry. The layer was so thin of paint. I love that part right there. It's very abstract and modern looking. I love the little tendrils that the ninja swipe caused. So that is the painting. I love that little white flower too right there. And that is the painting that I did with this 5 divider cup. Again, the Snickering Shop on Etsy. I really liked and enjoyed the person that I dealt with. So here's the painting dried and on my wall. The light is actually not the best, but it gives you an idea. I love the movement of that one. So that was the first cup, you guys. January is the month of cups, testing all these amazing cups. So stay tuned to Heather Made Her Art. Please support my channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell because YouTube is being funky, guys, about that notification. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.